Hello YouTube, Blank Dash here. Today we are going to be discussing about reversal, and we'll also perform an analysis of encrypted and unencrypted traffic. The reason that we are doing this is because it's often easy to gain access to a remote machine through a shell, right? Could be a bash, ZSH, or command prompt. In this video we're going to be discussing about two different tools. One is Netcat and one is Ncat. We'll also be using Wireshark to analyze the traffic. Both of these Netcat and Ncat, they both are like network utility tools which reads and write data across the network from the command line. Right. So without any further delay, let's get started. So for this activity, you would require Netcat to be installed in your Windows machine. So I've already have it installed. Now, if you don't have it, if you have a clean installation of Blackarch or Kali or Parrot Security OS, you can basically fetch the tool from here. So if I type in locate nc.exe, this is going to give us where Netcat is located. You can basically copy this and put it in your Windows and run it, or you can download nc from Google, right? So I'll clear the screen. I'm going to go to my Windows, open my command prompt, and I'm gonna give an access, which is basically a reversal from my Windows machine to my Linux machine, right? So I'll say nc-lvmp4444. I'll do the -e switch and followed by cmd.exe. Now, what LVNP basically means is that listen verbosely on port number 4444, and -e switch basically gives a command prompt to another user. You can check out the help page if you want to. It should make much more sense. So when I'm going to run this is going to be listening, and from my Kali, if I type in nc-nv, or you can even do it without NV if you don't want to, and I'll basically specify my Windows machine's IP, which is 192.168.1.24, and I'll say the port number, which is 4444, that I wanted to connect to. Once I hit enter, you can see that I am, so I'll type in who am I. I'm Windows 7 user, I'm no longer a Linux user, and you can see the connection has been received. So what can we do with shell access? We can pretty much do anything. It really depends on what kind of shell access you have, either a user shell or a root shell, something like that. So maybe like I'll do a directory dir, and you can see there is desktop documents downloads. Maybe let's try to put something in desktop. I'll say echo shell access gained, and I'll redirect this to desktop/readme.txt. Once I do this, you can immediately see that the readme file has been created in the desktop, and this says shell access gained. So this is what you can basically do in your when you basically give a shell access through Netcat. The problem with this is that this traffic is unencrypted. What I mean by that is, whatever you do in your shell through Netcat can be captured by an external party, and they can pretty much look into what you're doing. So how do we do that? Let's just go to Wireshark. I have Wireshark enabled here. So let's go to Wireshark, and I'm going to enable packet capture. Since I'm using Wi-Fi, I'm going to capture packets from my Wi-Fi network device. If you're using something else, you should probably go with that. So I'll enable packet capture for Wi-Fi. So double click will start capturing packets. I'll go back here. I'm going to do the exact same thing what I did now. I'm going to give the shell access from my Windows machine to my Kali machine, right? So I gain a Windows shell. So let's say I do the same thing. Let's say echo can Wireshark readme, put up a question mark, and redirect this to desktop hello.txt. I'm just going to name this hello. right? And once I hit enter, you can see a hello text has been created which says can Wireshark read me, right? I'll also do IP config, which gives the network information of my target mission. That's enough for now. We'll go to Wireshark and we'll see what we find here. Now I'm going to stop packet capture. You can see that there are a lot of different packets, right? We do know that the Netcat basically runs on port number 4444, right? So basically 4444. So what we are going to do is we are going to filter this. We are going to say I want packets that has been transmitted only through the port 4444. So I'll say tcp.port equals 4444. Now this is going to display packets that basically went only through that particular port. I'm going to right click on a random packet and I'll say follow TCP stream. And you can immediately see what we've done in this network. You can see echo can Wireshark read me? Yeah, of course it can, because the traffic is not encrypted. You can also see the other commands that I've run, IP config, etc. Now this is where Ncat comes in handy. Ncat is basically is a feature from is a tool from Nmap. If you have Nmap installed, Ncat is going to be installed by default. So I'll just link this up in the description. You can maybe like download it and try it on your own. This is a packet network utility tool that does the same thing as Netcat with a lot of different features. One of the features seems to be encryption using SSL flags. So we'll do the same thing, right? But this time we are going to do it with Ncat. So I'm going to enable packet capture here, right? Continue without saving. I'll go back to my Windows mission. Should probably close this. I'll clear the screen here and I'll say Ncat and I'll see -lvnp. Port number would be 4444 and I'll use the -e switch and I'll give an cmd.exe, but this time around with an SSL flag. Right. This is going to encrypt any kind of data that transmits through the network, right? So Ncat is done, started. I'll go back to my Linux and I'll say Ncat and 192.168.1.24 is my IP, 4444 is the port that I wanted to connect to, not -e but /SSL, which is basically going to try to connect to my Windows machine, right? I get a shell access again and I'm going to do the same thing. I'll echo can you see me now? John Cena, right? I'll echo this to desktop and Ncat.txt. Minimize this, go back here, hit enter. What did I do? Did I do something wrong? Yeah. Echo. Oh yeah, it has been created, nothing wrong. So yeah, Ncat, can you see me now? I'm John Cena. Done. I'll also do a IP config and the network information. Who am I? I am a Windows 7 user. I'm going to terminate this process. We did capture a lot of packets through Wireshark. We'll go back to Wireshark. I'll disable the packet capture. I'm going to look for TCP port equals 4444 to display all of the packets transmitted through this particular port. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Right click, follow TCP stream, and this time around you can see there has been a connection, but Wireshark basically doesn't understand what it is. It doesn't tell us what we did through our access to a target mission, right? That the only reason that happens is due to encryption. Now, since the data is encrypted over network, we are not able to read anything. So this is one of the reasons why you have to go for Ncat, which is kind of better than the Netcat. So next time when you try on a vector machine, I really recommend you to try Ncat. That's it for today, and thank you for watching. Thumbs if you liked it, and subs if you loved it. See you guys next time. Bye bye.